correct during the exercise. The correct pronunciation of certain words like international, internet, etc. I learned that there's another way of writing which is easier and concise.
So you can just read the summary and you can just keep going. I'll listen for any errors in pronunciation or grammar issues and I'll highlight it and we'll discuss it after. So go through like the summary of what you learned from each exercise.
The summary of what I learned from each exercise. I found it.
All right.
Write the 5 sentences. Lesson 1. I learned to introduce myself properly. It can be applied when getting a job by introducing myself in a brief but concise sentence. In personal conversation, it's the same because we don't have to express ourselves with so many redundant details. About lesson 2, I learned how to answer this commonly used question in a brief and concise way. I am slowly grasping the concept of one sentence paragraph in this lesson. It can be applied in getting a job by answering these questions in this manner. It can be applied in the personal conversation because these questions are commonly used. I can answer it this way, clear and concise. Lesson 3, I learned how to properly give instructions. It can be applied in getting a job, especially in call centers. The job of a call center agent is to give instructions. It can be applied to personal conversation. Every day, we always give instructions to other people. Lesson 4, I learned how to build a connection with someone. It's to share a story which is something personal. It can be applied when finding a job because the interviewer wants to know more about you. By sharing my personal experience about the job, we can build trust. It can be applied in personal conversation to build trust and connection with strangers. Lesson 5, I learned a lot from this lesson about the proper pronunciation of some words. It can be applied to getting a job. It's important to fix these mistakes, especially when applying for a customer service job. It can be applied to personal conversation because it's humiliating to always be corrected by someone, especially in pronunciation. Lesson 6, I learned about sentence paragraph. One sentence paragraph. It can be applied to getting a job, especially when you're writing your cover or application letter. It can be applied in our personal affairs when you are writing letters. I learned that it's easier to write this way. Lesson 7, it reinforces my knowledge in one sentence paragraph. I learned that it's easier to spot grammar mistakes in this way of writing. I discovered that I like to write my thoughts. That's it.
Okay, cool. So I highlighted a few. Let's keep going. So please continue with part 2.
So, part 2, what's your feedback on the lesson so far? It's helpful. Before I took this lesson, I really thought that international is the correct way of pronouncing these kinds of words. I learned that it was international. Internet. I also appreciate the one sentence paragraph. Although I know this kind of writing, but I don't know how to execute it. I just read it somewhere. How was your experience? I like the scope of the lessons. I enjoyed the experience. How do you feel the lessons will help you communicate better? It helps me communicate better by learning the correct pronunciation of certain words. It helps me to express myself better through writing. It helps me to introduce myself properly without saying redundant and excessive words. What mistakes did we correct during the exercise? The correct pronunciation of certain words like international, internet, etc. I learned that there's another way of writing which is easier and concise.
Okay, good. How to answer interview questions. Okay. Oh wait. Well, you don't. You can ask me questions during the interview. I mean, you can ask me questions during the session. Like you don't need to pay extra for that.
Yeah, about the I don't know. I don't have that many. I don't have much experience when it comes to converse when it comes to interview,
Oh,
a job
okay.
interview. So I just want to ask if you're conducting what coaching about job interview.
Yeah, we
Right?
do. We do have it. Do you enjoy reading?
Yeah, I do. I really enjoy reading.
I have a book, but it's a little long. It's like 1,000 pages.
That's okay as long as I can learn something.
I got carried away when I wrote that book. I wanted to transfer all my knowledge, so I put everything there. The title of the book is Practical Call Center Job Hunting Strategies, and you can get like a digital copy. And the best part about the book is after you finish reading the book, you can get access to free tools and job application support. So
Okay.
if you're ever going to look for work, you can contact me and ask me questions. All you have to do is to just fill out the form. We'll have a coaching session like this. And if you tried and you failed, we're going to talk about how can you move from the failure and get all of the lessons and approach your next prospective employer more intelligently. We can also help you prepare for difficult interviews as well. I like the fact that a lot of the lessons that I teach in that book is overkill for call center. I was writing that book not just for call center, but how to get your dream job in general. Everything that I did to get from where I
That's
was
really
in the past to where I am today. Like I put all the lessons there.
That's really what I'm looking for to be better, especially in job interview, because I don't have
Why do you
any
feel that
experience when it comes
you
to
need
interview.
help with the interviews? You sound okay. I mean, I'm listening to you, and yeah, you do have like a few pronunciation errors here and there, but we can fix that. You should be more confident. Oh, I have a
I
question. Did you take the personality test?
I took the personality test, but I erased the result.
Did you save your scores? Did you like screenshot it?
Yeah, I screenshot it, but I remember that I erased it
Ah,
yesterday,
man.
I think.
Take that again because that's really important. Here's the thing. On session 2, take that test again, take a screenshot, send me your score. I can interpret that. You don't need to pay for the extra results. I can interpret that for you.
Okay, but you know what? If you can help me about the interview or anything like that, I want to express my gratitude as by sending you money or something.
Oh
Can you
yeah,
help
yeah.
me with that?
Well, we sell other training, so you can buy our future products or something like that. That's fine. We will really answer your questions about interviews during the session. Did you get the two
By the
weeks
way,
or the 6 weeks?
by the way, are you the only one who make all of these? Because I think that
Yeah, I made all the training materials. I hire
okay.
people to help with the back end, but I'm the one doing the training materials.
I really thought that you really love to write because all of this is so